Hey guys, Mark from Northeast Bastion. How you doing? Well, the next worm I want to talk about, to me, is kind of, I don't want to say a secret, a secret popular bait, or I think people that use it kind of keep it on the down low, but I bought these back in the day. I believe the company's gone through a few different ownerships since then, but if you have never tried them or ever used them, the Producto, high floater soft plastics and their worms are outstanding. Really, really outstanding. I don't remember how I got turned on to them years ago, but I was kind of in a bass fishing craze at that time, of throwing a lot of black neon worms, black with red flake, just straight black. Even still today, I'm that way. A lot of purple and darker color worms, and then somehow I found out about them, and I bought some. I remember I think I bought them online. Maybe I saw them at a show and then bought some I don't remember how I became aware of them, but they have an excellent product and they're still around. The website name has changed. I believe, as I said, I believe it's gone through some different ownerships through the years. I don't know all their details. There are a few videos about the company online that you'll see if you look on YouTube. I did actually search it earlier just to kind of get an idea that if they were still out there, if you could still get them. And it looks to me like it's all the same. And they even have more baits than I remember back in the day. So I'm going to have to really go through the website because I think their products are outstanding. And if they haven't, I'm assuming they haven't changed the way they make their worms or anything. And they're really awesome. I have a couple of different sizes and colors here. Colors are actually kind of the same. I do have their 8-inch tournament worm, a 20-pack of that. This is, I believe, another pack of the 8-inch, but the tag has worn off many years ago. I do have mostly the 6-inch, and looks like 3 here, 4 here. And then I have this other one that they had to dip. This was called their Sure Hooker 6-inch, which I still see on there, I believe. Let me just check. I have their website up right now. Yeah, the Sure Hooker worm 6-inch, which I probably bought it because it was black grape. And I said, well, if they have another style of bait that is, black grape, I'll get it. Now, if you've never seen one of their worms before, let me show them to you. And I'll go through the ones in the packs, and I think they're pretty much the same as the ones here. But I'll be able to tell better if it's an 8-inch or if it's a 6-inch or whatever. And I'm going to do a lot of this of holding them up to each other just so I remember, because it's been a while. I really haven't thrown, it was kind of interesting that guys wanted to talk about worms, and when I, started going through mine and every time I do a video and I go through baits, I'm like, well, I haven't thrown that in a while. Well, I haven't thrown that in a while. Now, granted, we all know I've got a ton of stuff, and you can only throw one thing at a time. But I just remember how much I used to love these worms, how many fish I used to catch on them, and I'm like, but it's like anything else. There's so many bait options. There's so many different things we try. Something new comes out, we try that. We forget about the old stuff, and we forget about the old stuff that we used to catch a lot of fish on. But let me just show you. This is the 6-inch, and this is just a color they call Starfire. Now, I cannot guarantee these colors are still made by them. Just looking at the website before, it looks like a lot of the same stuff. But here's the 6-inch version. And as I said, this is a starlight color. I'm sure I got it because it was black. It has some blue flake and looks like red flake and some silver flake. But here's what the Producto tournament worm looks like. That's the shape of the worm. You've got, all these little ridges in it. It even looks like it's got a little bit of an eyeball there on the top. It's got all these different ridges, and I take that back. Each top has a little bit of a bump on it. And then it has all these different ridges down. It's all these different segments give you more vibration, and then it's got this paddle tail. And that has some of those bumps on it too. But that's pretty much, that's a 6-inch Producto worm, and they're a high float. So if you're throwing this bait, it's especially effective if you throw this on a shaky head, because you really get that floating action of that tail. Now, I used to just flip and pitch these a lot, and I loved them. But as I said, like other worms that you've seen in my other videos, I've just kind of gotten away from, and I said that, I don't think people appreciate the effectiveness of worm fishing like they did back in the day, because we have just so many bait options now. You know, I think people throw creature baits more than, you know, and stuff like that. But if you're looking for a good worm that you have not thrown before, probably, if you guys are in the know and you've thrown this worm, you'll know how good it is. But they're very soft. They're fish catchers. They have some great colors. I'll show you the ones I have. I'll try to remember what these colors are the best I can. I believe this one is the same as this, so I'm gonna say, well, no, I think that is different. I don't know if I have everything that I see in a bag. I definitely have in here, so I'm gonna just do my best. But you guys get the idea. I just want to introduce you to the bait. So this is the tournament series, or tournament worm 6-inch in the Starfire color. Now, they may not have it, may not be called that, they may not have these colors anymore, but I'm gonna do my best to show them to you. And I did see a lot of the blacks and the grapes and things. So that's that one. Let me see what else I got here. I'm gonna save these other ones for the end. This is the tournament worm 6-inch called Blue Shad Silver Glitter. So I'll show you what that looks like. I don't see that in the box. And the ones in the boxes I'm just gonna kind of just show you because I can't remember the color names for sure. But I know I got this because it's a black bait. I liked it because it's got that silver glitter on it, just a little different. But there was a time in my fishing life when I was killing fish, not killing them, literally catching a lot of them, just using dark, you know, for whatever reason at that point of my fishing, you know, career life, then everything was black and red, black and purple, all darker color baits, like just like plain jet black. This one with the silver, and I was always trying different baits from different companies with like different little, you know, tweaks to their pores. So I'm sure that's why I got this one. I said, ooh, that looks cool, and it's called Blue Shad Silver Glitter. That's kind of a cool one. I'm going to show you the 6-inch ones first. This one is Black Grape Blue Glitter. So all the colors you know I love to throw were in one. I'm like, ooh, I got to get that one. That, I think, is the one I showed you there. Black Grape with Blue Glitter. I have a feeling that is this guy right here. And obviously, if I have extra bags, that means I probably got 2 bags of each or 3 bags of each. And so that's why I've got so many of them. But, I mean, that is right up my alley, a color I would love to throw. The black, the blue glitter on it, that, you know, you hold it up to the light, you can really see that blue sparkle in there. These are just really outstanding worms to throw. Of course, now that I know they're still around, I'll probably want to get some more. Let's see, let me stick with the 6-inch ones here. This is the one they call Christmas, which I believe is this one right here. And you can see it's like a black with a blue, a red, a green, all different flakes in there. And you get that tail, that nice flapping tail there. But I'm pretty sure that's this guy right here. So they're all 20 counts, and it looks like I got 5 or so. I probably took like 15 of them and put them in the box, and the other 5 are right there. I didn't probably need 20 in there, unless I bought 2 packs of them. But that Christmas color is pretty cool. All right, let's continue with the 6-inch size. This is Black Grape with Red Glitter, which I believe is going to be this guy right here. I can see the grape in there, so Black Grape, right up my alley with red glitter. Perfect for me. The colors I want to throw. And it's just a great pour. A lot of action on these. They do have I don't know if there is a scent that they put into them. They definitely have an odor to them. Yes, because they do make their old lunker lotion. Yeah, there it is. I would imagine that they probably make these with their lunker lotion that they still sell. I did see that on the site. I might even have one up in there. I'll have to look. I might even still have one of those. I can't imagine I wouldn't buy one because I love putting scent on baits, but I would imagine they have some of that lunker lotion in these when they pour them. I'd be shocked if they didn't. But as I said, I bought these a long time ago, and I'm actually thrilled to know that they're still around. Because I might, you know, grab a couple colors that I like and just see how they're still looking and how they're still going. Now these are, I think these are all These two are 8-inch. Let me take it out and I'll compare. I believe this is a black grape, but I can't tell for sure. It looks like, believe it's black grape. The tag on it is all off. So this is, I think, that might be black grape there. I mean, that one is a little longer, it seems. So that may be, or these may be, maybe these are 8 inches. This one is definitely a little longer than that one. At least it seems that way. Unless these ones in here are all, well, you know what? I don't know. I mean, I know these are, I know that, I'm not sure if that's a 6-inch or an 8-inch. Let me get the one out that I know for sure is an 8-inch. Just to be sure here, I'm getting all confused. Probably putting it back in the wrong thing. But the colors are very similar, doesn't really matter. So this I know is an 8-inch. Yeah, that's a lot. That one's definitely a 6-inch. So there's your black grape in the 8-inch. Here is your black grape in the 6-inch. So that's pretty obvious. So that other bag I thought was an 8-inch is only a 6-inch. Now that I have them out. So I mean, that if you want the bigger worm, your Carolina rigging, you just want to throw a bigger worm. I was pretty much throwing the 6-inch, so I guess I did grab here this one pack of the 8-inch. So there's the 8-inch. That's why it's such a big. And so this is just another pack of. I must have got. This is probably black grape, and I probably got 2 packs. Because that I love that color. If you haven't thrown a black grape worm in whatever brand of worm you like to throw, it's so good. I highly recommend it. Give it a try. Now let me see. This is their Sure hook. Let me see what the difference is because I don't remember. And I think the color. It's okay. So here's black grape in the 6-inch Sure hooker. Let's see if it's really how different it is because I don't remember. To me, they look pretty much the same. To me, it just looks like it's, I don't know for sure. It looks like maybe it's just a little thinner body. Oh, I see why. I see the difference. The Sure hooker has, actually it has holes in the tail. So it's kind of neat. And it does seem like it's a little thinner body, and it does have holes right throughout there. Huh, that's interesting. I couldn't remember what the difference was. Now I do. So so that's kind of an interesting idea of getting that water to go through those holes, and that's pretty interesting. I gotta try this. And I mean, even this 6-inch, you could put this, excuse me, on a Ned head. Throw it on a Ned. That's interesting. I kind of forgot the difference between that. I have to read about that on their website. But that Sure hooker, it's got little holes right through the plastic. You guys can see that. Pretty cool. Interesting idea. Interesting idea. But that, guys, is the Producto worms. And, you know, as I said, these are the ones that are in the box. These are all 6-inch size, the different colors that I have, which are pretty much the ones I showed you. When I got these, I stuck with the blacks, the black and blues, the black and purples, blacks with different flakes in them, black with red flake, different purple there. Black grape. They're all really good. And I actually even found, I was going through this box. So as I said, always looking for the black neon. Here is an old Riverside worm. So because of the color, I probably threw it in there with them. So if you guys would like Riverside worm, if you remember that old Riverside worm, got one of those. And I also found these are old. It says it right on the tail. These are, if you remember back when the FLW first started, they used to sell baits in Walmart, and this was their old, you know, I'm guessing it's a 6-inch worm. I don't know. It might be a 7, probably a 7, just with that curly tail, but maybe a 6. But they had their own worms too. There's a red shad, the old FLW worms. If you saw I don't know if you guys saw the video. I think I found some of the old FLW tubes, but there you go. That's an old classic bait when FLW was sponsored by Walmart. But this video is about Producto. Just thought I'd show you those old school baits there. But they're still around. If you haven't tried it and you like throwing a worm, give it a try. They're excellent. I caught so many fish on these when they first came out. I highly recommend them. The tournament worm, that's the only one. This one here, this blue silver shadow. I'm surprised I don't, if I got a 20 pack, I don't know what I did with them all. Maybe I used them up. Maybe this was a color I really liked a lot and used them up, because I don't have that many of that color left unless they're underneath one of these other colors and I don't see it. I'll have to look. But it's a great bait. It's a great bait. Check out the different colors I have. I'll put a link to their website. I have the website up now, and it's Producto Lures, but it's bodaciousbaits.com, and I'll put a link to it and you guys can check it out. But they've got lots of different soft plastics, the 6-inch worm, the 8-inch worm. They have a Carolina craw, a tournament craw, a jiggle tail worm, which looks really cool. Real deal, which looks like a straight tail, you know, kind of like just like a Senko type bait. Tournament ripple worm, swim baits, another creature type bait, a buzztail worm, Carolina worm, which almost looks like a Ned type bait, another vibrator worm with a bigger paddle tail, the sure hooker worm, which definitely the picture shows those holes in the tail and then the body. Producer worm, a 7-inch, another 7-inch worm. You know, this is just one page. So lots of worms, lizards, buzztail frog, which I think I might try. You guys know I like topwater plastic frogs. They got jigs on there, buzz baits, definitely more swim baits, and lots of different worms, a hellgrammite, a little bit of everything, crappie baits. So I'm going to put that link in there. You guys can check them out. But I highly recommend, if you guys are looking for a new worm, and I think this is kind of one people kind of keep on the down low. If they throw it and they're catching fish with it, they may not be sharing it because there's not a lot of videos out there on it. So I think guys are kind of keeping it to themselves. But try that, you know, a black grape. I mean, the black grape caught me so many fish. That 6-inch black grape on a shaky head is absolutely killer. It is a great option. And with that high float, get a lot of good action. I haven't used the 8-inch that much, but you know, if you like a bigger worm, you want a Carolina rig it, you like just flipping a bigger worm, they got great colors. They got great colors. So, Producto soft plastics, bodaciousbaits.com. Check it out online. I did not see them on Instagram. I'll keep looking. And if I can find more links to their stuff, I know they're on Facebook. You can check them out there too. I believe on the website they have a link to it, and it went right to Facebook. When I did it to Instagram, it just didn't go anywhere. So I'm assuming they're not on Instagram right now. But cool baits, guys. Cool baits. If you're looking for a new soft plastic worm to try, check out Producto. They're cool, and they work. And they've got a lot of colors I love to throw. They got a lot of colors. I got to look now and see what other new ones they have there, because as I said, I got these a while ago. But that's it. So any questions, let me know. I'll put links to to their website. You can check it out. I highly recommend it. And that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. So please like this video. Please share it. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I am Mark. This is Northeast Bass Fishing. So if you guys like talking about baits, you came to the right place. So I'll see you guys soon on YouTube. Mark out.